YouTube, this is TR Bailey. I'm coming at you with my deck profile. This is what I played at YCS Seattle. I was the only hero player in day 2. So let's get right into the list. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can leave it in the comment section or inbox me, and I'll reply to your messages. So the first card is my tech card, Elemental Hero Stratos. Like, most people don't play this card. Okay, no, but seriously, yeah, Stratos, 3 Alias, and 3 Bubble Man. Those are the monsters. So let's get into the spell cards. Play 3 Miracle Fusion, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon.
Why 3 space?
Because like this format, like there's just so much back row and crazy hate that you need 3 of them. Plus, like, the reason in this deck you just want to, like, because you have Bubble Man, you want to empty the back row and just crush them. So like this gives you the opportunity, if you open up 1 or 2 of these, that you could just beat them, because you open up with like Hero Lives and Stratos or something, you just beat them.
Why no Night Beam?
I don't like that card because it's super inconsistent. Like, sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's really bad. Like, certain matchups it just does nothing because you'll chain one and play the other. So like, I've never really been a big fan of that card. I feel like it's so inconsistent I wouldn't play it.
All right.
2 Emergency Calls because it's at 2 instead of 3. 2 Hero Lives. I probably would only play 2 even if it was at 3. 2 Duality. 2 Gemini Spark. I play 2 instead of 3 because, like, in testing, when I was testing with it, like, I would open up with Dead Hero Blast and Gemini Sparks with no aliases, and like, it would just cause me to just lose for no reason. Like, I wanted to take out that inconsistency from my deck, because when you think about heroes, you think about like consistency. You open up a hand and you just don't feel like you automatically lose, you know. Like, but like, you would do that with 3 of those in the deck. 1 Reborn, 1 Reinforcements of the Army.
Yeah,
Heavy
good job
Storm,
there.
Dark Hole, Book of Moon.
What Book of Moon?
The reason why I play Book of Moon still is like, because I feel like with my deck I have big beat sticks, so like if I have Book of Moon, like, it gives me another turn and I can just crush over the card. It's really good in the Rabbit matchup, because when you Book of Moon, like, their Sabersaurus, their Kabazals off of Rabbit, like, it crushes their dude, so then you end up just winning anyway, even off of Rabbit. But like, this card, I've considered cutting it because it's not as good as it used to be. Like, but I still like it in my hero deck because of the Alias and Stratos and stuff, so I'm still going to keep playing it. For the traps, I play 2 Dimensional Prison and 2 Mirror Force. I think Mirror Force is insanely good right now because of all the OTKs. Like, this card is a short-term solution to a quick solution to a lasting problem. Like, your opponent opens up and just OTKs you, and they hit every back row but Mirror Force, and you just Mirror Force, and they just proceed to lose. Like, it's awesome. Play 2 Fiendish Chain.
Why this format?
Well, at the beginning of the format, I was like everyone else. I was cutting it. I thought it was bad, but it stops the Geargi and wind-up pushes. Like, this is an awful card against the new Atlantean deck, so it might leave my deck again, but I still like it. I feel like in Heroes also that, like, that's the best deck it's in, because you don't actually have to use 2 cards to beat it. You actually just have a dude that can run over a card. Like, if you have Alias in play, this is literally, it's just a 1-for-1. It's not like a 2-for-1 anymore. Like, in most decks it ends up being a 2-for-1 because you have to back it up with another play. But like Heroes, you just say, oh, Alias attacks your Magician. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, like, that's why I like it in Heroes.
Okay.
2 Bottomless. Considered cutting this card, but like, it's too good. 2 Torrential. 2 Compulsory.
Okay, compulsory is just that personal choice, or?
Well, a lot of people are playing this card right now, and like, I see why, because like, you have all those XYZ plays, like, it compulses their guy, and basically it ends the game. Like, it literally, like you go Zen Mighty, you compulse it, and then they don't have any way of making their big push, or like Giga X, because they don't have any cards, and then you just compulse their Giga X and it's over. So,
right, makes sense.
But it's also bad against the water deck because it doesn't do anything.
It's chainable though, so it's not that bad.
It's okay. It's kind of like saying it's good against Insectors when they just normal summon their Centipede again next turn.
Okay, well.
1 Hero Blast and 1 Solemn Judgment.
Why no warnings?
The reason why I don't play Warning is because I play Hero Lives. So like, if I played, let's say I played Hero Lives first and I have 2 warnings, then I'm in a situation where I'm just going to lose because now I have a dead card, and like, this deck has a problem with having cards that are dead. That's why I also don't play Starlight Road. Like, you don't want to have any cards that are dead. And that's also why I only play one Hero Blast. Typically, I play 2 in the past, but I only play 1 right now because, like, I don't want cards that don't do anything. Like, if there's cards that don't do anything in this deck, like, it ends up costing you. You need every single card in your deck to do something.
All right, on to the extra deck.
Okay, so at YCS, I was playing Stillstorm Roach. I didn't have Abyss Dweller yet. Like, I like both these cards so much. I wish I had space for both of them, to be honest. Like this card can just beats that water deck. Like, you just put it in play with a Bubble Man as an equipment. It's at 2200, and you can, like, detach your Stratos or whatever and make it to where their effects don't go off, and then you can, like, next turn you reborn your Stratos or something crazy. Like Abyss Dweller is really good. I like Roach too. It's, like, super good against agents, and it's good against Chaos Dragons, and it does pretty decent against the Geargia matchup if you have protection for it. 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur, 1 Papillon. This card's really good. It won me like 3 or 4 games at YCS. Like, it's kind of a weird thing to make because, like, it takes 2 dudes and it's like, oh well, I only made a butterfly. That's really not that good, but, like, it has its plays, and it's won me some games. And then I play 2 Blade Armor Ninjas.
Why 2?
Well, the reason why I play 2 instead of 1 is, like, there's a lot of people that have just played 1, but in testing, I found that there was every now and again a situation where I needed a second one, and if I didn't have it, I just lost. And I figured I'd regret not having a second one if I needed that situation to come up, but it didn't come up at all. So I guess it kind of hit me back. But
so would you consider cutting it in the next big event?
I might consider cutting it for Roach. It'll just depend on what the format's like at the time. Shockmaster. This card steals games for just no reason. You just open this card and just call spells, and then they just proceed to lose if you know what your matchup is, or monster effects against the water deck. Shockmaster, I play that over Maestroke because I don't feel like Maestroke gives you any board. I don't feel like that Maestroke gives you any board advantage right now. So I went ahead and went with this card. He's a light 2500 beater, so
Maestroke's so good, man.
Maestroke is really good, but, like, there's never a situation in this deck where you want to make it. Like, this card gives you 2 turns. He's a light and he's 2500, so, like, if you don't want to make Heroic Champion, but you need a dude that beats over a 2400 or something, because 2400 is always the number of, like, every format, you have this card.
Oh yeah, those Red Eyes Black Dragons.
Yeah. 1 Escurado. He's so good, I resolved his summon 0 times. Same thing with this guy. Nova Master and Gaia. I didn't resolve their summons, but it's good to have it in the in the arsenal just in case. And then Gaia, he won me a game. I just put this into play against Chaos Dragons and summoned an Alias and won the game. That was pretty funny. 2 Ab-Zeros. Like, I made this card more than anything during this event. This card's, like, because I played 3 Chaos Dragons, and this card is the only way you beat that deck. And 2 Elemental Hero, the Shinings. This is the best hero in the extra deck. I love this card. He just gives you so much card advantage when you lose cards so easily. And then for my side deck, like, this is, like, my pride and joy. Like, I love this. Like, if I win game 1, like, 90% of the time you should just scoop, because you're not going to you're not going to 2-0 my board, because it's ridiculous. 2 Soul Drain, because this is kind of the card of the weekend. Soul Drain beats the water deck. You know, it's good against Dark Worlds, and Lancer Frog, which I lost to in the finals of a Last Chance Regional.
Okay, wait. You were talking about not playing Warning because it costed life points. Did the cost for Soul Drain ever affect you negatively?
No, because it's only 1,000, so it really didn't make that much of a difference. But, like, Warning can make a difference because when you play Hero Lives, it pays half your life, so it drops you to 4,000, and then then one of your Warnings is dead. That's why.
Okay.
Like, if Warning only cost 1,000 life points, I'd still play that card. 2 Light Mirror, because one of your worst matchups is against Chaos Dragons, and, like, this plus my next 2, which is Defissure, like, unless they have Heavy Storm, they will lose. So, like, this card's so good.
Or MST and Lila.
That's true. MST and Lila's pretty good too. But most of the time, like, if you have these in play, you're gonna win that matchup. So, and then Defissure, because it's good against the water deck, and, like, people were actually surprised to see this. Like, in round 9, when I lost to the only Mermail deck that I played in round 9, I was on the bubble, and he top decked Dark Hole in game 3, but in game in game 3 when I put this in play, he was shocked. He didn't expect it.
Well, I wouldn't expect it either. Doesn't that conflict with Miracle Fusion?
It kind of does, but when you put your guys in the yard as materials, like it doesn't go out of play. So you still have your Miracle Fusion still live. I usually side out 1 Miracle when I put this in.
Okay.
2 Super Poly.
You guys still using the computer?
This card's pretty bad in the main deck. I like Super Polymerization because like it's only good in a couple of matchups. Like it's really good in the Dino Rabbit matchup, and it's like it's okay in other matchups. Like I only play this in the Rabbit in the Hero Mirror. I didn't play it all except in the side event, and that was really easy. 2 Noblemen a Crossout. This card's insane. Like I played Gravekeepers too, which was funny. And his first play was Necro Valley makes Malefic Cyber set Spy and pass. And so I opened up Mystical Space Typhoon in this card, and he's like, "Well, that's just about game." It was pretty good. Grand Mole. I love this card. Like this wins you like matchup you shouldn't win just because you have this card.
But wouldn't the extra dude doesn't that hurt your Bubble Man plays?
Yeah, but usually in game 2 and 3, I get a little bit tricky and I side out. Like if I play windups, I side out 2 Bubble Man and 2 Hero Lives and a Book of Moon, and I put in Neospatian Grand Mole, 2 Fossil Dino, and 2 Thunder King. So I literally side into.
Oh, so it's stun heroes.
I side into stun. It's really good. Like they don't expect it. They like you see people side in Maxi. I had my round. My round 8 opponent, he sided in Maxi, and he actually got a card because I had Bubble Man, and I was like, wow, you got the one of Bubble Man. I'm like, that's pretty good, though. That's fine. I could tell you kind of misboard, and then I just beat him with Thunder King and Fossil Dino.
Why no Rivalry of Warlords?
I don't like that card because, like, I board into these, so, like...
Because, like, there's going to be a lot of Macro Rabbits. That would have actually... You don't think that would have been good?
I beat that matchup anyway.
Oh, okay.
Macro Rabbits is a really easy matchup unless they open up Macro and don't let you get...
Didn't you lose to a Macro Rabbit, though?
I did. That guy was really lucky. He had 0 cards in his hand, and I had 8,000 life points to his 100. He top decked Tour Guide, made Zen mains, and then he drew Dark Hole, Thunder King, and Rabbit.
You know what would have stopped that?
What?
Rivalry of Warlords.
Yeah,
Alright,
I guess so.
This is TR Bailey's Hero Deck Profile. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah.